going on YouTube? It's your boy Vince, and today we are back with another reaction. Today we're reacting to man owns woke woman using her logic. Now, I know we reacted to a few of these and it probably seems like I have something against the woke woman. But I'm here to tell you I don't. I got out of bed this morning too, ma'am. We're on the same side. There's no beef over here. Bruh. We're both woke. Oh! But I will say that some of your arguments are stupid and dumb and unrealistic. Wow. That's one thing I will say. But guess what? Everybody's dumb. But I think what makes the woke people look so bad is that they won't even listen. You know scientific fact, you have data, evidence, and all this type of stuff. It's like trying to convince them 2 + 2 is 4 and they keep talking about no. It's 0 what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have 1 2 and I have another 2 that's 4 fingers up. And they still got the nerve to say, oh, what if this one isn't a finger?
What?
I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not choosing one side or the other. I'm just saying I'm trying to give y'all advice to help y'all win. So we're gonna get into this video and see a man own a woke woman using her own logic. So let's get into it. Let's go.
He's gay.
That's how he identifies.
How do you identify?
Actually, I identify as,
Oh, here we go. It's that long plethora of, oh my God.
Oh!
I will. Let me get a chair.
Yeah. Hey.
You know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people?
Mm-hmm.
Mothers?
If you'd like to call them mothers, not all of them are mothers.
What are they if they're not
What?
mothers?
They're pregnant people.
What people other than mothers are pregnant?
It's interesting because you come into this conversation, you know, trying to hold this moral superiority. But when I use inclusive language, which it only takes a couple extra syllables to use inclusive language.
To include
and
who?
It seems to include people who don't identify as women but can become pregnant.
Then in order to be a moral person, I need to accept the idea that a man can really become a woman.
You are trying to deny someone of their identity and deny what their life experience is. And that doesn't seem like a moral stance to me.
I identify as being correct and more correct than you on this issue. And I would just ask that you accept and affirm my identity. Do you?
You are not a medical professional, and abortion and pregency
No, I'm
is
just
a
talking about
medical
my
concern. That's not your identity.
I promise you, that's my identity.
Guys, this is how you got to do it.
This is tricky, bro. I don't know. Hey, so I kind of agree with both sides on this standpoint. Let me just say that. Because on one end, I can see, you know what I'm saying, it makes you feel better if somebody calls you, you know, they or whatever the case may be. But when I was taught in preschool, I thought they was plural. It's not 2 people over there. I can't say they when I'm talking about one person. Like, what about the others? Like, they gonna think I'm talking about multiple people. They gonna be like, oh, it's only one person over there. And like, we just throwing grammar out the window? We gonna start, what are we gonna teach kids? What's gonna be the new they if y'all gonna take that over as like a pronoun? Like, I feel like y'all would have been better off making up a new one. I don't know, and I think it's crazy though to try to force that on people and try to put them in this, you're gonna say this. Like, people don't roll like that. Y'all seen The Mask. Y'all seen The Mask. They was fighting over the mask. So y'all think they gonna allow y'all to take a word and change the meaning? No, they're not going. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They're not open-minded like that.
If you bring logic and facts, they're going to run away or they're going to crumble. They have no argument. All you need to do is identify as right. But you see this woman, she's also a feminist. Think about how ironic this really is. She probably complains that women earn less than men because of the patriarchy, but at the same time, she doesn't even know what a woman is. She can't describe or define what a woman is. So you could just be like, okay, well, all these high-earning men, don't assume their genders. You don't know if they're men or women. Therefore, this whole wage gap is non-existent.
Should trans women be included in feminist conversations? How about in women's spaces?
Yes, they're women.
Oh,
what's the question? Trans women are women.
Hell no! No!
Whoa.
No! I refuse. No!
So I want to come at this from the position of an athlete. So I play semi-pro basketball, semi-pro volleyball. So when it comes to like athletic spaces, I don't think that trans women should be allowed into athletic spaces. Again, we work very hard for the little opportunity there is in the space because we're not as entertaining as the men. Sorry, we're just not. And so it's like you're going to take the little opportunity that we're given. And the problem is we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's gonna body me, even if I have years more of training. And so it's like you're taking away the little opportunity that we're given, and we all.
Oh, there's something wrong with my brain, y'all, because I wasn't even thinking like that. I thought she was taking it in a whole different direction. I thought they was talking about they got to take showers in their bathroom. And you got this trans woman coming in and, hey, he pulled down his pants, or she pulled down his pants, and y'all ain't got the same parts. I ain't gonna lie, dude. That might be a little weird. But she's talking about from the sports perspective. My mind was all the way left. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, I agree with her. That's not fair. LeBron James in the NBA, he's averaging 20,000 points, 10 rebounds, and 50 steals. I don't know why I said 10 rebounds, 10,000 rebounds.
And you're just giving it back to biological guys. It's like, this will be the end of women's sports.
Have you tried confidence?
Eli, hold on, Minnie.
Sorry,
Eli.
confidence can't make me bench what a guy benches.
Wow.
Thanks.
Look at that. Have you tried confidence? Have you tried a salad? But let's be real about this, yeah? These people are so delusional. But what has confidence got to do with it? If you're a 250-pound man going up against a 120-pound female, I don't care how confident she thinks she is. She's never going to win. It's like me going up against a gorilla and I get completely ragdolled, and then the woman's like, well, have you tried confidence? Like, shut up.
Travis Allen, he was a girls soccer coach at Randolph Union Middle School in Vermont. He was just suspended from his job without pay because he complained about a male student looming around the girls' locker room. Then the school punished Travis Allen's daughter, Blake Allen, for speaking about it too. Travis, you complained about a man in the women's locker room and you were punished?
Correct. I made a social media post that referred to the male student as a male, and I was punished because I misgendered him.
Blake Allen, what did you do wrong in the eyes of the school, and how were you punished?
I was in the locker room and the trans student walked in. The rest of the team was in there. I was really uncomfortable and I left, and I told the school and they just shut me down and said there's nothing they could do, and I was later suspended.
How old were you when this happened?
I'm 14, I'm a freshman.
And when you complained about a dude in the girls' locker room, you got suspended?
Yes.
That's where I have the problem, bro. They forcing it on children, on kids. On kids, all right, don't want to do what y'all want to do when y'all grown. By all means, be my guest. But you want to sit here, and I have a daughter, and you're going to send this boy in the same bathroom as my daughter? No. Like, if they want to have their own bathroom, you know what I'm saying? They'd be on my campus. What's they call? Gender exclusive? Gender non-gender? I don't know. I didn't go into it because I didn't know if it was for me or not. Like, I didn't know how to use it. It said all gender inclusive. I didn't know if I was going to walk in there and they was going to be like, get out. I didn't know. I was scared. But this is where I kind of draw the line, because you got to look at it from the perspective. It's like, oh, you have a daughter, and this dude walks in and is, you know what I'm saying, hey, like, what's really going on? And I think that may be his truth. He may feel like he's really a woman on the inside, and by all means, but I feel like it might be a little too early for that decision. I just want to say that.
Cole and my pronouns are she, they, ze.
What?
Here we go again.
And I am gender fluid.
But of course you are.
But I'm the type of gender fluid who never goes fully into man.
Everybody knows you never go full
man. Maybe I'll go fully into woman, but I'll never go fully into man. But I will go into mask.
What?
What?
So when I'm feeling, feminine, my pronouns are she, her. When I'm feeling a little less feminine, but still feminine, it's going to be she, they. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, I am Zeezer.
That's not a real thing.
That is because to me, personally, and this isn't kosher, this isn't orthodox, I personally view Zem to be somewhat masculine, like he, him, except you put a little Z, because,
how are you both?
Different. So, like, you say, like, he's over there, just say, Z's over there. So as I wake up on this lazy Sunday afternoon, my pronouns today are Zeezer.
It's as simple as that.
Oh, guys, honestly, check this out. He wouldn't know masculine if it kicked him in the balls.
Oh!
I will not participate in your psychosis. It's just getting so ridiculous. Imagine in the workplace. This is how I know these people don't have jobs. It's not realistic, is it? In the workplace or any environment. Like, what do you mean? Like, why am I going to have to remember 100 different pronouns for different people? And
it's not even about remembering them for me. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, if you start making up stuff, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about all that. I call you they or whatever, but I am not finna call you ZX/2 times 5. I'm not in calculus class, bro. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not. You pick one.
What?
Oh, I'm canceled. I'm canceled. But I didn't mean pick one. I meant pick one.
You misgender one of them, then you can go to prison. Like, no, we're not going to live that life. At this point, there's going to be more pronouns than there are names.
We have a new superstar, the Canada midfielder Quinn, is the first transgender, non-binary footballer to play in the Women's World Cup.
That's a
Hang on a second, hang on.
Boy.
Is she?
Or she?
But is she, they, whatever? Is she a biological male. No, it turned out she's a biological female.
Oh, that's a female.
So what is she? She is a transgender non-binary. What is that? How can you be transgender and non-binary?
Because that's what they are.
That's what I get my head around. If you're no longer identifying as a woman, what are you doing playing in the Women's World Cup? She doesn't qualify. They don't qualify, even though there's only one of them. They don't qualify for the Women's World Cup because they used to be a woman, but now they don't want to be a woman. So now we have to call them they for being a transgender, even though they're non-binary, and they're still playing in the Women's World Cup, and we're all supposed to go, well done, Quinn, what a moment! What a moment! But no one's quite sure what we're celebrating.
My head hurts. Oh, I don't even understand what was going on. There was too many they, she's, and thems. Oh my. Wait, so she transgender to non-gender, but still plays in the female gender? What's going on? I guess there's no non-gender league, so was that her only option? But how is that allowed? Because I can't go and I'm a boy. I can't go and play in the women's soccer. Am I getting confused with something?
Total free world. We're
advocates
of not mistreating little children to death. That's the position that we oppose, the F them kids position. Third time I've heard it today. What's that?
What kids are they talking about?
F them kids? We do think that that's what it's about. We think that the reason
you're talking about abortion.
Like abortion is because you hate kids.
Hey, I don't have no position on this. It's not my place.
God who created those kids and made them in his image.
I think murder's pretty cool.
Murder's cool.
Gender dysphoria of the type that you described is relatively rare, but if you leave kids alone till they're 19 or 18, 80 to 90% of them settle into their biological identity, although about 80% of them are also homosexual in their orientation. The pathway for him, before this was all politicized, was you'd have a child who was gender non-conforming temperamentally, somewhat like you were. You didn't have a pattern of female interests, and then prone to depression and anxiety, and then that combination would produce this gender dysphoria, and that would become quite intense around the dawn of puberty. But if you just backed the hell off and waited, those kids would settle into their body, but generally adopt a homosexual orientation.
I say leave kids
Gender
out of
dysphoria of the type that you described is relatively rare. But if you leave kids alone till they're 19 or 18, 80 to 90% of them settle into their biological identity, although about 80% of them are also homosexual in their orientation. The pathway for him, before this was all politicized, was you'd have a child who was gender non-conforming temperamentally, somewhat like you were. You didn't have a pattern of female interests, and then prone to depression and anxiety, and then that combination would produce this gender dysphoria, and that would become quite intense around the dawn of puberty. But if you just backed the hell off and waited, those kids would settle into their body, but generally adopt a homosexual orientation.
Yeah, so it's been known since the beginning.
I've come to the conclusion that I'm just not smart. I didn't understand a word he was talking about. I'm not gonna lie, he said it twice for me. Twice. I was following in the beginning, but after the second one, what I thought I was following wasn't what I was following. He lost me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably dumb.
Beginning of time, that kids are incapable of making rational decisions. That's why they can't get tattoos or get a driving license and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But now they're allowed to transition at a young age. And if you notice, whenever you see the parents of these kids, they're actually really weird themselves. And it's quite obvious they've probably just pushed their ideology onto the kids. And now the government in some states is saying, oh yeah, you can transition. When the kid's clearly been brainwashed and you're going to let them do irreversible damage. Like, it's insane. It really is.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Our kids, they sleep 8 hours, right? They wake up morning, they go to the school, they spend there like 8-9 hours, and we don't know with who they spend time. Maybe these teachers, you don't even know what they're thinking, what they have on their mind, and you let them to give education to your kids. It's very dangerous. If you not agree with these teachers on your life position, but you let them teach your kids, and when they become 16, you want they become like you. This is don't work. You have to control who teach your kids, and a lot of people miss this. A lot of crazy people, they're working in school too, and they give education to your kids. But if you talk one-on-one with them, you're not gonna spend with them even 5 minutes, but they spend with
education. I think it should be strictly 1+1. There shouldn't be no politics going on in there. If it's politics going on in there, something's wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I'm 5 years old. What are you talking to me about the government for? Hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know who the president is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost said I don't know who the president is right now. Is it Joe Biden?
Wow.
Oh, I'm lost, y'all. Oh my goodness.
With your kids 8 hours every day, it's like very dangerous thing. Yeah. You have to control this.
That's it though, bro. I don't know. I'm not really on one side or the other. I think both sides make some good points. I think people should be treated, you know, like how they want to be treated. But I think it's kind of fortunate or pushing it to ask someone do something, and then when they don't want to do it, you kind of like force it on them. That's kind of like, I don't really know about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's weird to try to cancel somebody because they don't agree with what you got going on. Like, as long as they don't publicly go out like, hey, you're trash, you're a bad person because you did this and that. Like, I don't really care what you do. I don't. You want to transition? Go ahead. By all means, go ahead. But if I misgender you, I don't think it's something to get mad at. I think it's just something, a simple correction like, oh, sorry, but I don't identify as that. You know, I'm like I don't want you to get mad at me because you look like a girl and I say she, but you're really a boy, and you be like, hey, whoa, like, that's misgendering. Get out my face. Come on now you spit on me. Now I gotta go to jail for beating up a boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, is that really the route we want to go? But I don't know, man. Like, I respect everybody's decisions. I don't really, like, I live my own life. I don't really care what y'all do. But hey, that's just how I feel. So y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. And y'all know if y'all enjoyed the video too much, the comment button, like button, noty button, subscribe button, all of them buttons, because guess what? The woke women are still losing. Bad. We're gone.